año nuevo. Espero todos lo hayan pasado bonito en familia, celebrando que Dios nos ha bendecido con otro día, otro nuevo año, esperando que Dios nos bendiga con la normalidad, nuestra salud para poder regresar a poder vernos y darnos ese fuerte abrazo y visitar a todos los seres queridos que extrañamos. So, Happy New Year. I hope you all had a pleasant and memorable New Year's Eve with family, staying safe. Wishing you all the best for the new year 2021. Hoping that this will be the year that we go back to our normality to a certain degree to the so that we can see each other and give each other that long awaited hug that we miss so much. And hopefully, we'll appreciate and hold each other a little tighter, a little longer now that we realized how important it is um, to keep in touch and to value those special moments with family and friends. I dearly miss not seeing my daughter in Florida, my grandchildren, my brothers in Texas, my in laws in Iowa, and not being able to hug my own family that's right next door. I'm sure you all do too, but we must continue to take care of ourselves and hope that 2020 will be a different year, a better year. So I hope to get back into my storytelling. I hope that it's helpful. I hope that it helps parents sit with their children, hopefully, and if not, give the parents a break so they can sit the kiddos in front of their screen to watch and listen to my stories. I love doing them. It takes a little bit of time, but it's an enjoyable time. Keeps me busy, even though I gotten off track with my writing because I've enjoyed doing all the Christmas stuff. It's just been a blessing. But I'll get back into my writing. I don't know, maybe Monday I'll give it a shot so I can start my routine again. But anyway, I don't have a specific theme, but I do want to start my storytelling with just basic stories that I hope the kids will enjoy. I will continue to do them bilingually to honor both languages. Entonces, espero a regresar a los cuentos. Voy a ver si los puedo hacer diarios ahora que están los niños de vacaciones. Aunque si toma un poquito de tiempo, me encanta. Espero que les ayude a ustedes como padres sentarse a gozar de un libro, dando la importancia de la literatura. Ojalá que les hayan regalado unos libros a sus hijos, no nada más tecnología, para que aprendan a leer mejor, para que les guste leer, porque una cosa es leer, porque tienes que leer por la escuela y otra cosa es el amor a la lectura. Lo que yo siempre quería que mis estudiantes desarrollaran era el amor a leer, que es algo que yo he desarrollado con el tiempo. Yo, como pueden ver, tengo un montón de libros en toda mi casa, tengo repisas y me quedé con muchos libros de la escuela, por eso es que puedo compartirlos. Ya di muchos, pero me falta dar más, que no creo que puedo leerlos todos, pero me quedé con unos favoritos para hacer este programa. Espero ustedes les hayan comprado unos libros a sus niños para que desarrollen ese amor a la lectura, que les va a ayudar en todo en la vida, porque en los trabajos, en la escuela especialmente, es esencial poder leer, desarrollar ese vocabulario y leer por placer, no por que es exigido en la escuela. Entonces voy a empezar a leerles otra vez un libro. No tengo ningún tema por ahorita ya que pasó Navidad, pero ya después empezaré un tema como para enero, a ver, será el invierno, Martin Luther King, Black History Month se llega, sacaré esos libros y los voy a compartir. So I don't have, like I said, a special theme right now, but with winter, maybe I'll take out some winter books. Martin Luther King is coming, Black History Month, and I'll post some of those books. So anyway, I hope your children enjoy the stories. I hope that you enjoy it with them. If not, maybe just give parents a little bit of break while your children enjoy the stories so that you can do what you need to do and have them be entertained with something that I believe is beneficial for kids in hopes that they develop that love of reading, expanding their vocabulary and just enjoying reading, and hopefully you have provided them some books or gifted them some books. Anyway, I'm going to tell you the story. I've told you the story of the three little pigs. I think I told you two versions in the past that are recorded in Facebook and YouTube. I have two other versions. The true story of the three little pigs told by Wolf himself, his perspective. Tengo otras versiones de los tres cerditos, creo que le leí dos. Tengo dos más, este es uno, la verdadera historia de los tres cerdos, la perspectiva del lobo que le echa la culpa a los cerdos, no que fue su culpa de lo que pasó. Y luego este que tiene los tres lobos y el cerdo malo o el marranito malo, o sea, están volteados los personajes. So les voy a leer the true story of the three little pigs. I will read it in English and then take a break and do it in Spanish the best I can. Okay. Everybody knows the story of the three little pigs, or at least they think they do. But I'll let you in on a little secret. Nobody knows the real story because nobody has ever heard my side of the story. So this is what the wolf wrote on from his perspective. By A. Wolf is what this daily newspaper says. Here's the wolf. I'm A. Wolf. Alexander T. Wolf. You can call me Al. I don't know how this whole big bad wolf thing got started, but it's all wrong. What he's saying, it's all wrong. He doesn't know how he being the big bad wolf got started. Maybe it's because of our diet, he's saying. Hey, it's not my fault. Wolves eat cute little animals like bunnies, sheep, and pigs. That's just the way we are. If cheeseburgers were cute, folks would probably think you were big and bad too. So he says, you can't blame me. That's my diet. But like I was saying, the big bad wolf thing is all wrong. The real story about a sneeze and a cup of sugar. The whole thing is about a sneeze and a cup of sugar. So he's going to tell you his version. So he's got a nose because of the sneeze and some sugar. This is the real story, he says. Here's this next illustration. Pretty cute. Then I'll read it. He's cooking. He's baking. Way back in time, I was making a birthday cake for my dear old granny. I had a terrible sneezing cold. I ran out of sugar. So he was baking for his granny, he's saying, and he ran out of sugar. He had a terrible cold. So I walked down the street. Here he is walking down the street to a house for a cup of sugar, to ask my neighbor for a cup of sugar. Now, this neighbor was a pig, and he wasn't too bright either. He had built his house out of straw. Can you believe it? I mean, who in his right mind would build a house of straw? So this is, he says he went to the first pig, which had the house of straw, to ask for a cup of sugar for his baking. There he is, knocking on the door. So, of course, the minute I knock on the door, it fell right in. I didn't want to just walk into someone else's house, so I called, little pig, are you in? No answer. I was just about to go home without the cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. That's when my nose started to itch. I felt the sneeze coming on. Well, I huffed and I snuffed. He said because he had a cold, he had to sneeze. And this is what happened. And I sneezed a great sneeze. Everything falling apart. And you know what? It's right there. He's in the middle of everything. And you know what? The whole darn straw house fell down. And right in the middle of the pile of straw was the first little pig, dead as a doornail. So he said, in the middle of all the straw, the little pig was there, already dead as a doornail. Do you believe that? I don't know. It's a pretty sly fox. And there was that dead pig. He had been home the whole time. It seemed like a shame to leave a perfectly good ham dinner lying there in the straw. So I ate it. Think of it as a big cheeseburger just lying there. So he said he was already dead. So I just ate it. Guess whose house he went to next? Remember the second house? What was it made out of? I was feeling a little better, but I still didn't have my cup of sugar. So I went to the next neighbor's house. The neighbor's was the first little pig's brother. He was a little smarter, but not much. He had built his house of sticks. So he went to the little house made out of sticks, from the second pig. I rang the bell on the stick house. Nobody answered. I called, little pig, are you in? He yelled back, go away, wolf. You can't come in. I'm shaving the hairs on my chinny chin. So he's claiming the pig didn't want to let him in, and he answered, not by the hair of my chinny chin, because he was shaving. Do you see his shaving razor on his little foot? Funny, cute illustrations. Illustrations by Lane Smith. And the story by Joan Shiska. I forgot to tell you the author and the illustrator. It's a cute story. So I'm shaving and the hairs from my chinny chin. I had just grabbed the doorknob when I felt another sneeze coming on. I huffed and I snuffed, and I tried to hold my mouth, but I sneezed a great sneeze. So here he is blaming his cold for the second huge sneeze. Now, you're not going to believe it, but this guy's house fell just like his brother's. Just like his brother's. Then the dust, when the dust cleared, there was a second little pig, dead as a doornail. Wolf's honor, he's saying. I'm not lying. That's just what happened. There was that second pig. Now, you know food will spoil if you leave it out in the open, so I did the only thing there was to do. I had dinner again. Think of it as a second helping. I was getting awfully full, but my cold was feeling a little better, and I still didn't have a cup of sugar for my dear old grandma's birthday cake, so I went to the next house. Now, this guy was the first and second little pig's brother. He must have been the brains of the family. He had built his house out of brick. So there he is, kind of full, walking away towards the third house, looking for what he claims is a cup of sugar. Innocent looking or into the third pig's house to ask for a cup of sugar. I knocked on the brick house, no answer. I called, Mr. Pig, Mr. Pig, are you in? And do you know what that rude little poker answered? Get out of here, Wolf. Don't bother me again. You believe that? And there's that little pig looking out his window. Talk about impolite. He probably had a whole sack full of sugar, and he didn't give me even one cup for my dear sweet old granny's birthday cake. What a pig. I was just about to go home and maybe make a nice birthday card instead of a cake when I felt my cold coming on. I huffed and I snuffed and I sneezed once again. Then the third little pig yelled, and your old granny can sit on a pin. Do you think that pig really said that? This is the wolf's version. So here he is. Do you think he's going to knock down the brick house? I don't know. Now, I'm usually a pretty calm fella. But when somebody talks about my granny like that, I go a little crazy. When the cops drove up, I of course I was trying to break down this pig's door, and the whole time I was huffing and puffing, sneezing and making a real scene. So the police came by with all that commotion because he got really mad because the pig had insulted his dear granny. The rest, as they say, is history. So here's a wolf in the newspaper, Big Bad Wolf on the Daily Pig newspaper. Wolf, I'll huff and I'll puff. A.T. Wolf, big and bad. Red Riding Hood settles dispute out of court. And so that's his version of the story. The news reporter found out about the two pigs I had for dinner. They figured a sick guy going to borrow a cup of sugar didn't sound very exciting. So they jazzed up the story with all of that huff and puff and blow your house down. And they made me the big bad wolf. That's it. Really, the real story. I was framed. He's saying I was framed. And he crumpled the newspaper because he was angry. But maybe you can loan me a cup of sugar. So he ended up in jail because nobody believed his version. Do you? The true story of the three little pigs. It's up to you if you want to believe it or not. I don't know if I believe it. Anyway, I hope you like this story. It's just a different version, other fun versions. Hey, Jessica, good morning. Thanks for watching. Um, I am going to just take a little break because I want to make sure to close this up for so I can do the Spanish version for those of you that need it in Spanish, or if you're learning Spanish, or if you enjoy both. So this story is not bilingual, but I will interpret it as I go. So I hope you enjoyed it. I wanted to tell you, I told you when I went and showed you my Mexico Christmas tree, that I was going to tell you stories of all the places I visited. But I haven't gotten to that. I have to organize my albums and maybe set up a PowerPoint with the pictures of the places I've been. But one of the things that I mentioned was Quetzalan. And I wanted to show you this necklace that is so pretty. It's made out of um, bean, no, coffee bean seeds. It is a gift from my friends um, from Quetzalan. I got the earrings and I've got the necklace. I got a different one. Then I got this one that kind of matches. But anyway, Quetzalan is one of those pueblos mágicos. It's categorized as a magical little town because it's kept its authentic ways, and it's just a magical place, really, that has been discovered. But I was privileged enough to be there in 1993, the first year that I started visiting Central Mexico in Puebla. And from Puebla, I took the bus, like a 3 hour ride, and went with one of the people that used to live there. And that's how we became good friends. And I've returned there a lot. But anyway, I just wanted to show off my jewelry from Quetzalan. There are actual coffee beans growing in all that area, and oranges, and all the natural beauty of a forest, because that's what it is. It's just so magical, so beautiful. So I just wanted to share that. I'm gonna try to get my presentations state by state categorized and organized so I can share those beautiful experiences I was blessed to have for 20 some years now. So, anyway, wow, Jessica, so proud of you. A medical interpreter. That's so exciting. Congratulations to you. May God continue to bless you and inspire you to keep doing all the things that benefit you and your family. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed my story. I will take a short break and I will come back and do the true story of the Three Little Pigs in Spanish. Ahorita regreso a decirles este cuento de la verdadera historia de los tres cerditos en español. Then the next one I will do is the one about the three wolves and the big bad pig. La siguiente será los tres lobos y el cerdo malo. ¿Ok? Espero les haya gustado. Nos vemos al ratito.